What is going on, everyone? My name is Colby, and welcome to another edition of the Ravens Nest. Today, we're talking inside linebacker play in the AFC North. This division doesn't have a ton of great big name inside linebackers. It's got some young guys in Patrick Queen and Devin Bush, who ended up being hurt last year, as well as the promising hybrid safety linebacker out of Notre Dame, Jerimiah Owusu-Korimoah. I know he had that. I think it was like a heart something medical that was very scary, that I know I was shocked that a guy made it to the second round. He'd be very good in the Ravens defense. He would be a chess piece. They move all over the field. But without further ado, let's dive into the linebacker rankings. Coming in at number 4 is the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to say beginning the season, I don't know if this is going to be their starters, but I see this playing out as their, majority playing inside linebackers are the aforementioned Jerimiah Owusu-Korimoah. He's going to be a little undersized, but the way the NFL is nowadays, everyone's in sub packages in nickel and dime, so he'll fit in fine. He'll be the weak side linebacker. He won't have to deal with all the big guys. He'll be covered up by a defensive tackle. So what I see him being is a very effective blitzer, as well as a matchup guy, spying Lamar Jackson specifically, as well as covering out the backfield. The other guy is Mack Wilson. He is from Alabama. He got drafted a couple years ago. He's been injury prone. He had injuries in college, so it'll be interesting to see how his career plays out. Last year, he had 39 total tackles, 2 pass defense, 1 TFL. Like I said, the big thing with him is he needs to stay healthy. They also have Sione Takitaki. He is kind of your more prototypical Mike linebacker. 67 total tackles, a sack, an interception, and a touchdown last year. Coming in at number 3 is the Cincinnati Bengals. This is another 4-3 team, so we're going to have 3 linebackers here. The first being Logan Wilson. He didn't play a ton last year. He was hurt. 33 total tackles, a sack, and 2 picks. This is kind of, again, one more of those hybrid players. He's going to be able to be a coverage linebacker. Last year he had 2 interceptions. Small linebacker. Cincinnati doesn't really have a great defense, and this is another position that they need to see some production at. They also had Jermaine Pratt, who was their leading tackler for linebackers, at 89 total tackles, 2 passes defense, and 5 TFLs. Yet again, not a great inside linebacker. Their run defense is one of the worst in the NFL, as well as Akeem Davis-Gaither, another one of the smaller linebackers, one of those run and chase linebackers. He'll be the guy that's the overhang linebacker in those nickel situations. He'll be the one walked out like that. He'll be the guy covering in space, so to speak, from the linebacker position. Coming in at number 2 is the Pittsburgh Steelers combo of Devin Bush and Robert Spillane. Devin Bush is going to be a phenomenal player in this league. He's made impact plays. I remember his rookie year, he picked off Lamar, I think twice in one game, one of them being a ridiculous one-handed interception on a cover 2 drop, and he just snagged it. It was a really nice play. Unfortunately, he got hurt last year. He only had 26 tackles, 1 sack, 3 passes defense. He only played 5 games, but this dude, he's going to be the most important player on their defense outside of TJ Watt, I would say, because they don't really have any other linebackers. I know I mentioned Robert Spillane, who played pretty well last year. He filled in, but he had that interception against Lamar on that opening drive, that game in Baltimore. He ended up returning it for a touchdown. But Devin Bush, they traded up for. He's got to be an impact player for him. He's got to be the one covering tight ends and running backs out of the backfield. Spillane had 45 total tackles, 2 sacks, fumble recovery, and an interception and a touchdown. Like I had mentioned, he's a solid player. I remember there's this goal line clip of him, and he's this old school linebacker putting his forehead right in someone's chest, which is awesome. I love seeing players like that. Solid player, nothing special. Got to have those role players on your team, especially I think he was on one of those smaller school guys, so good player. Coming in at number 1 on my list is the Baltimore Ravens combo of Patrick Queen and LJ Fort. Patrick Queen, rookie year last year, had some ups and downs, not the best linebacker in coverage as of last year. I see him improving that just because he understands what he's supposed to be, where he's supposed to be, and how he can affect the game. He still had 106 tackles last year, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, a touchdown, a couple passes defense, 7 TFLs, and he was third in the league last year in Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's an excellent blitzer. I know a lot of blitzing, in my opinion, comes off knowing the snap count and being able to anticipate the snap count of the quarterback. He did an excellent job of that last year when he's a blitzer. He's very slippery. He knows how to get skinny in the hole, makes offensive linemen look silly. Never quits on a play. I know there's a clip of him running down Joe Burrow. He ends up blitzing. He gets too high in the pocket. Burrow steps up, ends up flushing to his left, and he ends up getting the sack fumble, it's a huge impact play. Get the ball back to our offense, let them run the ball back down their throat. As far as LJ Fort, I see him. The will linebacker position, in my opinion, is still up for grabs. LJ Fort played a big role last year when we played against teams that were more run heavy, somewhat as the Titans. Malik Harrison steps in. I think he's going to be a very good player. It'll be interesting to see how they deploy Malik Harrison. Going into the 2020 draft, I actually liked Malik Harrison more than Patrick Queen just because he played more. And I saw him as that prototypical Mike linebacker. I think he's going to be a big part of what they do going forward. LJ Fort last year, 53 total tackles, a forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 passes defense, a couple TFLs, and he scored a touchdown against the Texans after Marlon Humphrey punched it out. Going to be a good year for the Ravens defense. I see these 2 players being very solid and very important as what they do going forward. That'll do it for the inside linebacker video. I will be diving into the cornerbacks and safeties here in the near future, as well as jumping into some roster predictions heading into the season for the Baltimore Ravens. Look out for some film breakdowns coming soon. I know I'm going to do test out, kind of how I'm going to do it throughout the season with the Hall of Fame game. It's between, I think it was the Steelers and the Cowboys, I believe. I could be wrong, but I'm going to be doing some breakdown and film analysis of that, so keep an eye out for that. Have a great day.